Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dumb Stat. My name is Christian Teatro, your dungeon master for the evening. I'm going to be playing all the characters that you aren't playing. To my left, I don't know if that'll be translated properly when we see a video. Over there, we have Joshua Barbeau. Joshua, who are you playing tonight?
Hello, I am Joshua playing. Playing Taylor Morgan, a changeling bard, an actor, and a charlatan, and someone with a critical compulsion towards being anyone but themselves.
Very cool.
That's pretty much it.
All
That's
right.
all you need to know.
The same following that direction, we have. This is going to be listened to as a podcast. I'm sure the directions mean very much to those people. Directly beside him, in another room, in another city, we have Neon.
Oh, yes.
Who are you playing?
I am playing Mercy, an Eladrin druid. She is a stargazing, crystal-clutching, former weather girl, now new wave druid, with an icy exterior and an even icier interior.
Nice. We got Rodicus Clarkicus. Rod Clark.
How many K sounds can you throw into a name? Today I will Rococo. I will be playing Mose Chisai, the bugbear cleric, the failing paralegal. Having lost all of his prospects, he moves back home with his family, back in Valborough.
Very nice. We got Tyler Mann.
Hello, I'm Tyler, and I'm playing David Zatz. He is your typical jock himbo who's turned nerd himbo, and he kind of wants to be a Ghostbuster, but the clap of his cheeks keeps distracting all the ghosts.
Why do I imagine ghosts like scared dogs? Like,
now make a joke about stealth rolling mechanics.
No.
It gets funnier every time.
So, at the beginning of every session, I am going to be awarding inspiration. Now, I did do it in the middle of the session last time. Taylor, you do have to use your inspiration by the end of this session. Inspiration, of course, is going to give you advantage on an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check. And if you choose, if a character is in dire need of it, you can give it to that character. For last session, I am going to award it to Mercy for the ingenuity of using the Magic Stone spell in combination with international tennis sensation Taylor Fritz to set him up for the serve so he could spike that Magic Stone right through a zombie's head, sending gemstones and brains everywhere. That was too cool to
Whoa,
not
Taylor
give
Fritz
inspiration.
was in Valborough?
He was.
What?
I heard he was somehow
I must
also
have missed.
playing live somewhere else at the same time.
It's hilarious.
Anyway,
Man is mystery.
so last session, you guys met up on a train for the first time in 5 years, returning home to Valborough after a long time away, potentially making it successful in the real world or not. Upon your return, you were immediately attacked by zombies at the train station, befriended a cop named Taylor Fritz because he was the biggest Taylor Fritz fan in the world, and then the party all split up and went their own ways, with Mose heading home, Taylor, disguised as Taylor Fritz, heading to a 5-star hotel, Mercy going home, and David going to the hospital, and eventually joining Mercy at her place when he realized real doctors are useless, you need magical doctors. Of course, Mercy...
That's what I said.
Of course, Mercy and David, you both have received bites from this zombie and currently have the poison condition. And Mercy, your brother has just attacked your mom, sent them flying down the stairs, and is now looking to attack you, David, and your dad. But before that, we're gonna go over to Mose. The cop, Taylor, is driving you home, and he's about to pull onto your road, and he gets a call, so he has to let you out a little bit early, and he says, "Hey, it's not a far walk from here, kid. You just walk down the road a little bit. I'm sure you know where your own house is."
Yeah, I do. Thank you for taking me this far. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem, Kay. I gotta go. It seems like there's another attack. He peels out because he was already in his car, drives away, sirens blazing, and he leaves you on your street at the end of it It's a crisp autumn day. The wind is blowing the trees. You see an empty road in front of you, and your house is at the end of it, just around the corner. You go walking down the road, and if you've ever returned to your childhood home after any significant period of time, you know that feeling of nostalgia. What are you thinking about in this moment as you go walking down the road?
Thinking about kind of what the house looked like before, about like what dinner is going to be on for tonight, if it's going to be like an old favorite, kind of wondering how things have been with my mom and dad as well, how things have been with the church in town too. All these like different connections and organizations I was a part of before leaving and kind of how those have developed. Different connections I haven't really kept up on over the years. Looking forward to checking up on those.
You have your necklace on, the one that has the black fox, the one representing the one below all, the deity who represents life, creation, and all of that. And you remember that your house was painted solid black. Your parents drove, I believe it was a big black Hummer with a black fox adorning it. Your family was very into the one below all. The one below all, while it might not seem like the one about life and stuff like that, life does come from the dirt and come from under the sea and does grow up, which is how that name was given to that deity. How do you feel when you turn the corner and see your house and see that the house is a brilliant white color?
Well, that's a shift. Okay.
In the driveway.
Confused?
Yeah, I would be too. In the driveway, you see a white hearse.
Interesting.
And as
I was gonna go up and do a knock on the door.
You hear shuffling beyond the door for a minute, and you hear somebody going, "Don't worry, I'm coming. The door opens. You look way down, and you see a little halfling in a white lab coat that's bloodstained, and he looks up at you and he says, "Mose, is that you?" And you recognize your old friend Grim from high school.
Grim, hi.
Hey, buddy. What are you doing at my house?
Great question. I thought this was still my parents' house.
Oh, they didn't tell you? No, they live at the church now. They moved out like a year ago. They said they wanted to be closer to the one below all. So they're living in a basement under the church.
They live at the church?
They live at the church now. Yeah, they've become really influential members of our community. So they decided just that it would be better if they just stayed there.
Okay. Yeah, really interesting that they didn't tell me this when I was already planning on moving in with them, but okay.
Well, I mean, they must be really
Grim,
busy.
how have you been?
I'm good.
I get that's fair.
Yeah, I run the local mortuary now. I took over my parents' family business.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
They died.
How long has this been your home? Oh.
Like a year. Yeah. They died. They died a horrible, painful death. There was an explosion. Their house burned down. So I used the life insurance to buy this place when it went up on the market. I think the most expensive part was painting it white, because white on top of the black, it took a few coats. Did you get
try and like strip the paint first?
No, I did it myself.
You just put the white.
Yeah, right on top.
You put the white paint just straight up. Oh, you didn't think to like try and actually remove the black paint, or?
No, is that a thing you can do? I've never painted a house before.
Oh, buddy.
Did you get my text? I invited you guys all for coffee. Is that? Do you want to come in and have one?
Sure, I could stop in for a moment. I should meet up with. I've got suitcase and stuff like that, so I should find my parents as well. But I'll come in for a moment.
Yeah, sure. Come on in. Don't mind the smell. You walk in and you get hit with just the smell of blood. It's just, this place reeks of just death and decay. And
so the house is the morgue now.
Yeah. I've built and expanded the garage. And I knocked out your room. And your room is where we keep all of the bodies that are being prepped for display. Your parents' master bedroom, that's where I sleep. Anyway, don't worry about all that. Don't worry about it. Come on in. I'll make you a coffee. He sits you down. He starts making coffee, and he's talking to you. And he's like, so have you heard about any of the attacks that have been having around town?
I've been hearing a little bit. We witnessed one of them back at the station when we got in.
Oh, really? I don't think they've brought the bodies in for that one yet. What happened?
It was crazy. This dude left this like giant suitcase, and bodies just like fell out of it. Someone like took a look at it, and it just like fell out, and then the zombies came up and started like attacking people.
Oh, that's interesting. And
There's been others.
Yeah, there was another attack that wasn't widely publicized. There was a gentleman that they just brought me the body maybe like a half hour ago. There was somebody who was attacked and killed actually, and it was in like an part of town where like they have all these apartment buildings and stuff. He was pretty rough off. He looked like he had been strangled. And it was covered in bite wounds, but it seems like he just died from his injuries. I'm hoping that this doesn't keep happening. I'm a little bit short-handed right now. It's just me. My assistant, I haven't heard from her in like a week.
She's missing?
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know Emma, right? Didn't you guys like go on a date or something?
Emma's your assistant.
Yeah, Emma's been working for me for a little bit. She hasn't shown up for a bit. I tried calling her emergency contact. I haven't been getting any answers. Have you heard from her at all?
No. It's been a little bit since we talked. I haven't. No. No.
Yeah. What happened with that anyway? I know that like Taylor kind of like forced the two of you to go on a date or something. He got paid or something. What ended up happening with all that?
I'm gonna be honest, it's not one of my finest moments. We don't have to get into all the specs of that right now. But she's missing.
Yeah, she is. We haven't been able to find her. I told the CPP about it. And at that moment, there's a knock on the door. He goes rushing over, and you see a bunch of CPP officers outside. There's an ambulance, and the one CPP officer, it's this dude named Norm. He opens, he's like, "Hey, guys, my name's Officer Norm. Hey, I'm here to drop off some bodies for you, Mort. It seems like these guys were high on the bath salts as well." And they start loading them off. You see one like Herringon come in and nudge Grim and say, "Don't mind Norm. He's just like he doesn't see stuff. Apparently the normal people think there's like an outbreak of bath salts going on. It's really strange." They bring in a couple bodies. You catch a brief glimpse of tattoo on one, and you recognize these are the bodies from the train station. They load them all into the garage, and they say, well now, Grim, I hope maybe you can tell us what's going on here. If you figure anything out, please give us a call and let us know. Otherwise, just do what you can. These ones are a little weird. They're like stitched up body parts, so it might be a little hard to figure out who's who. Grim's like, yeah, no problem. I'll figure it out. Have a good day, officers. They all leave, and Grim kind of just sighs, and he's like, oh man, this is going to be a lot of work.
Well, if you're looking for a little more motivation for your work, these are the ones from the station.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, do you want to see something cool?
Well, that's a terrifying thing to hear from someone who runs a morgue, but for sure.
Do you want to see a dead body?
I just look down at the dead body that just like passed by there. It's like,
these are covered in sheets. I can bring you into the morgue. I can show you something even cooler. It's magic.
Yeah, okay.
He brings you into the morgue, and it is just the creepiest thing. It's dimly lit. There's just myriads of bodies covered in white sheets. He brings you down there, and he picks up a scalpel off of a table. And this scalpel is glowing a light green color. And he says, I got this scalpel from my dad. It can make the dead talk. Do you want to see it?
Oh. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, for some reason it hasn't been working on these zombies. I don't know why, but there's that one guy who came in not too long ago who was killed normally by them. If I stab him in the heart with this, he's going to come back to life and we can ask him some questions. You want to help me out with that?
Great. Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
He takes the blade and he doesn't take the white sheet off. He just plunges this blade through the sheet into this dead guy's heart. And there's a brief moment, and then you see the mouth under the sheet start moving, and you hear the raspy, dead breath of this guy just... And we cut over to Taylor. Taylor, you're in the penthouse suite of a hotel by yourself. What would you think you'd be doing in this hotel at this moment, and what do you look like currently?
Ask me again later. I would probably start by taking a hot bath in the in-suite jacuzzi tub, and about halfway through, my pampering of myself with, cucumbers on my eyes and a face mask, and I'm just having doing the thing, and I'm all like gussied up, and then I'm like, wait a second. Wasn't one of the two victims a CPP officer?
That is right. It was.
I asked to no one in particular because I am alone. And then I say, oh, God damn it. And I will get out of the tub and put some clothes on and take on a new appearance.
The door slams open and somebody comes barging into the room in a fright and slams the door behind them and immediately locks it. And turns and looks at you and goes, hey man, there's something out there and it just tried to bite me. And you recognize this as the Goliath Chadley, the person who stole your girlfriend from you in high school, who is a football player, and he's got a bloody bite wound dripping from his arm, and he's holding the door, and then all of a sudden you hear the door start shaking and rattling.
I like to think that before the door starts shaking and rattling, Taylor Swift says, "What the hell are you doing in my room? Security! Security!"
He pauses and he goes, "Are you Taylor Swift?" What?
Well, who else would I be?
I'm sorry, Miss Swift. I came into your hotel room because I was getting attacked by this thing. Just look through the peephole and you'll see what I mean.
I glance through the peephole.
You see just like mandibles, just like dripping teeth with black bile in them, and they like lunge at the peephole as you peer at it.
Dear God, no! I'm too famous to die.
I think we're kind of screwed. We're in the penthouse right now, right? Like this is as high as it goes.
You might be screwed, maybe, but I'm Taylor Swift. Somebody will save my life.
Oh,
and I go out to the balcony and I start screaming, "Help me! Help! I'm under attack by a crazy person who just barged into my room."
Who are you?
I'm gonna put out there. You're about 600 feet up in the air right now.
Yeah, but I can belt. I'm Taylor Swift.
But it's a very large hotel.
Is your lungs different when you change into someone? Never mind.
Can you give me?
I'm pretty sure she uses a microphone.
Do you want to do a? Okay, give me a performance check for this.
I would like to use my inspiration to give myself advantage on that.
For this?
Yeah. Yeah, for this.
If not now, then when?
Taylor Swift would give an
when?
inspirational speech at the end of this episode. I'm just saying.
Were you Taylor
all
Swift in the jacuzzi as well?
No comment.
You don't want to know.
If you were listening, you'll note that I said after I got out of the jacuzzi, my appearance changed, and I never said what I looked like.
When he says no comment, he just looks like himself, but he does not ever tell us what that looks like.
That's right. You're catching on. All right. Anyway, I'm rolling performance. I'm using my inspiration to roll it with advantage. All right. I got a
That's
22. Taylor
Wow.
Swift got a 22, trying her best to scream, "Help! Someone's barged into her penthouse," and is trying to kill her.
You hear way down on the ground one guy go, "Oh, that sounded like Taylor Swift up there. Maybe we should go and see what's going on. Oh no, the elevator's out. We're going to have to take the stairs. Quick, everybody,
God damn it.
go up the stairs and help her." And you see a bunch of people go, "Wait, Taylor Swift's up there?" And you see
They're
a
gonna-
crowd of
they're gonna-
people start swarming into the hotel. Taylor Swift is up there? Oh my gosh,
They're gonna be
Taylor
like-
Swift!
They're going to be like, "What room is she in?" And the concierge is going to be like, "We don't have Taylor Swift registered to any room."
The concierge downstairs is like,
By the way,
Maybe they mean
if
Taylor
he's
Swift.
50 floors up in the air that's 600 feet up in the air, that's 50 floors.
Why does this
So,
small
it's gonna
town
take-
have such a big hotel?
it's
Anyway.
a massive. You wanted
Questions
the
for later.
5-star
From the finest
ultimate
for Taylor
hotel
Swift.
experience. This is the one. And it's just as big as
I did,
Trump
yes.
Tower.
They built it specifically for the increased volume of your new film.
So as you
All
do that,
That plan clearly is backfiring.
you look back and you
As I
see
do that, what?
Chadley is tying together bed sheets to try and make a rope. He's like, "If we get enough, maybe this will work."
I look around. Is there any other way out of this penthouse than the balcony or the door that's being banged? Any
There
other way out of
is
this room?
there is a secondary door that's currently locked that would lead to an adjacent penthouse. So you know how normally you can have a door between hotel rooms? There's 2 penthouse suites up
Yeah,
here, and there's
there's
a
two-
door between the
there's-
2 of them.
There's 2 penthouse suites that have an adjacent.
Yeah, just in
I
case
see.
someone really rich
You-
They have
rented out both.
adjoining penthouse suites.
They have adjoining. Yeah, that they have adjoining penthouse suites. Okay.
Don't question me. This
I'm
is
not
a
gonna
fantasy
question,
world.
but it's a fantasy world. Yeah. Hey, you.
A fantasy
Muscle-
world that doesn't have wheels on luggage.
It's true. You muscle bound beefcake man.
Oh, you
person
noticed.
Thing who barged his way into my room.
You notice how strong I was.
That
Thank you.
door.
Yeah.
That door is locked. Make it unlocked.
That's where I just
Please.
came from. Actually, I was in the other penthouse. I was with my girl in there, and I stepped out to get some ice, and I got attacked. We could go through there, I guess.
Aren't there zombies in there?
No,
If you got attacked in there, aren't there?
no, I got attacked in the hallway when I went to get ice.
So
Stand
open the door.
back. Let me take care of it. Let me.
I give him bardic inspiration to open the door.
It's a D6, yeah.
Yeah.
Would his hotel key not open that door?
No, it wouldn't because you would both. I believe when you have a situation like that, you both
It's
need
someone
to
else's
unlock it.
room.
Yeah, but it's his room.
He got a 19 anyway. He just
Oh, yeah,
smashes
there's a-
the door down. Yeah, so he shoulder
Ooh,
tackles
What about the other door?
like a football player would and completely demolishes the door and goes sprawling into the other room. You see your ex
Is his girlfriend there?
yeah. His girlfriend is there. She's watching something on the TV and eating a bag of chips. She is a silver dragonborn.
After he bursts through the door, I step through the door after him. And when I see her looking at us, I smile and I say, "Thank you for your help, big man." And I give him a kiss. I'm trying to make my ex jealous.
I'm gonna roll a pure luck check. If I get above a 10, she's a Swiftie. Oh, she goes, "Get your dirty hands off him, you bitch!" And she runs over and grabs you by the shoulders and starts like shaking you. That's my man. You think being famous affects me? He's a famous football star. He's gonna be big.
And he was just
No
in-
reaction.
And he was just in my
Taylor Swift.
bedroom. What do you think we were doing there?
At that moment, the door to your hotel gets smashed in, and the zombie comes sprawling into the middle of the room, lifts its head up and looks at you and goes, zombie noise.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Sign my
We're
boob.
dropping reputation.
and starts to charge through the broken door that Chadley broke towards you guys. So I'm gonna get
dear God.
I'm gonna get everybody to roll initiative now, and the way this initiative is gonna work is we are gonna jump between three things happening. One will be Taylor fighting a zombie with his ex and her new boyfriend. David and Mercy.
I resent that.
Sorry?
I resent that. Taylor will be fleeing from a zombie, leaving his ex and boyfriend to die.
You do you. Mercy, David, and Earl, which is Mercy's dad, going up against her brother, and Mose and Grim asking questions to a dead body.
One of these things is not like the other.
Not at all,
Depends if
but
the dead
I figured
body
it'd be
gets up
fun.
and starts attacking. But I'm
Mose,
about
what'd
to.
you roll?
15.
15. Mercy, what'd you roll?
I also got a 15.
Who
I
has
got
the
a
higher
6.
dexterity?
I'm assuming not
I got a
me.
3
I got a 0.
plus 3.
Okay, and David.
5.
Are we gonna jump back and forth between scenes, or are we gonna do initiative in scene and then switch to a scene?
When it's your turn in initiative, we jump to that scene.
That's gonna be chaotic. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fun times. Taylor, what'd you get?
6.
Okay, the way the NPCs are going to work, they are going to go directly after your turn. And then the way the bad guys work is they go directly after that. We start off with Mercy. Mercy, you are maybe 10 feet away from this. Your dad is beside you. David is directly behind you. Your mom looks to be unconscious and bleeding heavily from her neck. And your brother has just stood up and is going to attack you. You get
Sorry,
to go
He
first.
pushed her down the stairs, correct?
Yes. They tumbled down together with him on top of her.
Okay. So he is 10 feet away?
Exactly.
Okay. Ooh. I mean, I hate my little brother, but I don't want him to die. I'm not sure what I can do.
A few
Can I cast a
things.
spell in a non-lethal way?
A few things that may come to mind. There is a bathroom, a small one that is directly beside the two of you. And you also know that there is a closet down the hall that has a healing kit in it. So if you wanted to use that to stabilize your mom, you would be able to do that instantly without a medicine check.
Okay. How's my mom look?
Unconscious, bleeding heavily, not good. D&D terms, 0 HP, making death saves.
Can I cast a spell in a non-lethal / subdual way?
I'd say if you flavor it, then yeah.
What are the rules on that?
I don't think you're supposed to, but I personally think it's cool if you do.
Okay, then I would like to cast, well, because I'm out of spell slots, I would like to cast Frostbite in order to, basically what I'm trying to do is, as he's standing up, basically cast Frostbite to make it like slippery under him so he falls over and maybe bangs his head and we can, do something about my mom's.
Okay. I'll say if you want to, instead of hitting him, hit the ground, that's cool.
Sure if the language in Frostbite allows that.
No, but I'm okay with it.
Con save 13.
Okay. Yeah, he gets a 19, so that's definitely a save.
Super.
You see this hits him in the feet and doesn't really seem to affect him very much. It kind of just like skids down on the carpet and lands behind him.
Okay, and he is still intent on coming my way, yes?
Oh yeah,
Seems like
hungry boy.
I would like to use my racial ability to cast my once per day Misty Step to teleport to the top of the stairs. Yeah, in a poof of like yellow and red leaves.
Nice.
And I guess that's my turn.
Earl is gonna go and he's just gonna try and grapple him. Earl gets a 19 to try and grapple his son, who is not able to get out of the way in time with a 14. So your dad runs and grabs him around the waist and then begins to try and pull him towards the bathroom. Abel is going to just try and attack your dad. He misses, though. Your dad's a little bit too low for him, and he only rolled a 6 to hit. So he goes to try and bite your dad, and your dad's like, "Hey, son, what are you doing? Hey, no, please. This is craziness. That's your mother. You just bit her on the neck."
You see now that adopting both of us was a mistake, right?
Never was a mistake. I'll never regret adopting both you a day in my life. And we cut over to Mose in a creepy basement with your friend holding a knife and a dead body that just came back to life. And he looks at you and says, "Ask him whatever you want."
What do you know about him?
We don't know anything.
know
Right now he's a
anything?
John Doe. And
Okay.
we know that he was attacked by zombies and he was alone when it happened, but that's all we really know.
Okay, so we can skip that part. What's your name?
My name is Albert Isaac Nigel Steen.
Okay. Good starting. Do you know that name?
You look over
Would I know that name?
You look over at Grim, and he looks a little bit pale, and he says, "That's Emma's last name." And we cut back over to Taylor in the hotel.
Oh my. Well, all right. It's my turn, yeah?
It's your turn first.
And just so I understand, the zombie has come into my penthouse and is looking across the doorway into the other penthouse at us.
Yes.
Yeah? Cool. I'm gonna stand behind the football jock who stole my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I'll stand behind the football jock and I'll be like, protect me!
He goes, "Oh, yeah, you got it, Taylor Swift. I'll protect you. I'll also protect you,
And-
Ashley. Don't worry. I love you."
And I'm going to ready an action. The action I would like to ready is the dash action.
Okay.
As soon as the zombie comes through these doors into this penthouse, I would like to dash around and go back into my penthouse and slam the door on my side of the penthouse. Because we've established there's 2 doors, right? And he only had to break through the second door.
Fair. I see what you're saying. Okay, so we're saying that your door was open and he smashed through his door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like 2 doors that meet.
That's usually how these adjoining door things work, right?
Okay.
When there's 2 rooms in a hotel that have adjoining doors, they each have their own door that they can lock from their own side.
Yes.
Yeah. So my door. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I want to run in and slam my door shut and lock it once the zombie comes through a door this side.
Okay. So first
ready to-
Chadley gets to go. He's going to bend down and pull out a baseball bat from underneath the bed.
Cool.
And then he's going to stand ready to face this zombie. He also readies an action, which is if the zombie comes closer, he's going to attack it.
Did he happen to use the inspiration I gave him in order to break down that door, or did he
Yes.
not need it?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, then I'm gonna give him inspiration again for hitting that zombie.
Okay.
You could do it. I believe in you.
So
I
he
give him
stands
another
there ready to
kiss.
swing at this zombie. The zombie, of course, predictably comes running through. Chadley's feeling a little bit happy that Taylor Swift thinks he can do it. As the zombie gets close to biting him, Chadley's attack first goes off, which does unfortunately miss. The zombie slips and lunges at his legs instead. Even with Bardic Inspiration, he rolled a natural 3. Oh, wait. Zombies have 9. So if we got a 3, I rolled a 1.
Default zombies have 8 AC.
Yes, sorry,
But,
8. I was thinking of what
these
Mercy had rolled
Might
last
have
session.
9. I don't know.
So I've got a 4.
He's got Strahd zombies for sure.
He could have strong zombies. Yeah, Strahd zombies. Who knows?
He's got a 4 plus 5, which actually would hit. However, he does roll at disadvantage because he's poisoned, because he does have a bite. It rolls another 3, which means that this does in fact hit, because 3 plus 1 plus 5 is 9. Craziness. That
He has
Bardic
plus
Inspo came
5
clutch.
to attack rolls.
Yeah, he's
has
he's
plus
using
5
the
to attack.
Berserker stat block. He manages to do 5 damage to this thing. Cracks it on the head, and then the zombie is going to go and attack him back in turn. The zombie rolls to attack, gets smacked on the head, falls down, lunges at his ankle. The zombie is definitely going to hit because he rolled a 19 with its bonus and goes to bite him, which is going to be a D46. And manages to do 3 damage
He won't
back to
miss.
him. So they both attack each other, and then you go booking it back into your room. slamming
That's right.
the door shut.
So I run into my other room with the intention of slamming it shut, because that was what I said I would do. But can I just run into the other room and grab the door and then hesitate for a second and then say, "Ashley, come over here too." And as soon as she's through, then slam the door.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Ashley goes, and goes running and jumps into the room and says, "Wait, we have to wait for Chadley." Door slams before she can finish saying his name.
He got bit. He's a goner.
She looks at you and she's like,
28 days later.
She starts like pounding on your chest. Well, she starts pounding on like your upper chest. She's like, "Taylor Swift, open that door. We have to save my boyfriend."
Just speed bagging her titties.
Punches Taylor Swift in the boob. Open the door. David, you currently see in front of you that Earl is grappling his son directly in front of you, trying to drag him towards the washroom.
The first thing I want to do, good point they brought up, is we don't know what kind of zombie this is. Can I roll for investigation to see if I can notice anything specific that would make this a particular type of zombie other than a standard zombie?
Yeah, for sure. Roll.
Does he get investigation for being like a Ghostbuster type dude? And damn it, I didn't use my inspiration. Fuck.
I will say this one doesn't count for advantage because this is not something you've encountered before.
Don't fuck me like you did on last session. Watch, here comes the nat one.
I was about to say, you can't be aggressive.
14 plus 5, 19.
You can be aggressive, I guess.
With a 19, which is a really high roll, you notice something happen that seems a little weird in the moment. You noticed that when Earl went to go and tackle his son, his socks shuffled on the carpet, generating a little bit of static electricity. And when he touched the zombie, for a second, it seemed like it didn't like that.
Okay. I'm just going through my compendium in my head of types of zombies, and I can't see any that would maybe be an immediate match for that. But then again, I don't know much about shit on D&D Beyond. Anyways.
Is there any way I would have noticed that as well?
I'll say probably not. That's a very like niche specific thing.
Okay.
And he rolled really high.
Yeah,
I won't say what I was going to say.
That's a super specific thing to have noticed. Like I'm psyching and I'm just like, okay. I am bit already, but so I guess it wouldn't really matter. But I don't want to go anywhere near those chompers. So I would just like crouch down as low as I possibly can, and I just grab the zombie by the foot, and I use Shocking Grasp.
Hey, don't kill my brother. I have dibs.
Terrible roll. 15?
That does hit. You reach your hand out. Your hand acts kind of like a taser, and you see this affects him. Like, you've used this ability before on people. Like, you know, you get into a street fight and you shock the guy as like, hey, stay back. When you were getting bullied when you were younger.
I get into so many street fights.
This is like that times 10. You smell smoke. His hair starts to like frizz. He starts jerking uncontrollably, and then he falls over, completely unconscious. He doesn't jerk off like that, Mercy. That is your brother. But instantly just falls over unconscious. And we cut to Mercy.
Get it! And I beat the game, I say aloud.
Okay, I would like to immediately, well, I guess I just wasted my teleport, run over to my mom's and do I have enough movement to get to the hall closet and get the medicine kit to stabilize her, and then get back, or is that too far?
I'll say that you would be able to get there and you would get back on your next turn.
Okay, instead I would like to run down the stairs to my mom, give her first off, I'm hoping I can do two things with this medicine check, which I'm going to take with inspiration, to mostly avoid having to do an inspirational speech, but also to save my mom, to determine if she has been bitten, because that seems to be a big thing. and also prevent her from dying. So if she is in death saves, stabilize her.
You got it. Okay, you rush downstairs. Roll me this with advantage using your inspiration, and I'll tell you what happens. I'll say with inspiration, you can neglect the poison condition for that roll.
Okay.
Otherwise, that's kind of
So-
like it's just giving you a neutral roll.
That would
so-
just be a straight roll. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's no fun.
In that case, but no, that's not fun. But if that ever comes up, are we going to take the first number or?
I'll say if you use inspiration, it's automatic advantage no matter what conditions you have.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Dope.
So inspiration is super advantage. It cancels
Super
the-
advantage. If you guys do super cool stuff, you get super advantage, okay?
I appreciate that. I feel like that should be how it works anyway. Although I realize why they designed it to not do that.
Yeah. It's okay, but you have to earn it. Okay. So what did you roll?
So yeah, has she been bitten?
Yes.
19. Sorry.
She has been bitten on the neck. She's bleeding profusely from her neck. With a 19, you're able to apply a pressure to her wound to stabilize her.
Okay, yeah. So I slap, I rip off part of my, tattered, but still chic, I think, coat and like use it to staunch the blood, and I'm like waving a crystal over it to try and heal her.
The crystal's not doing anything, but you think it is.
Yes, it is.
Earl is going to pick his son up and put him in the bathroom, close the door, and shove a chair, like the hall chair, underneath the door so that he can't get out. It opens out. It opens in the way that works.
Okay. It would be much funnier if it worked the other way.
For Abel's turn, you don't hear anything coming from the bathroom. Mose, it goes back over to you. You've just been told that this gentleman shares the same last name with Emma, your friend from high school.
Mm-hmm. What were you doing when you died?
I was arguing with my brother over ethics.
Ethics.
I'm going to say you can ask 2 questions so that your turn's not super short.
Say more, please.
Like, basically.
Speak with that is cryptic responses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That is how the spell works. But you get 5 questions.
Yeah.
You got 3 more.
Grim, I'm really torn. Do I waste one of these questions to like ask him to expand on that? Do you have something you want to ask him? I feel like I'm taking all of the questions. That's so rude of me.
Grim's just like, oh my god, he's related to her. What if Emma's dead? Oh no, is she gonna end up on my table?
Grim.
He's just
Stay with
holding
me
the
now.
knife and looks like freaked out. And he kind of snaps and he looks at you and he's like, huh? What? What did you say?
Your turn. Ask them a question.
Okay. What ethics were you discussing? And he goes, whether the dead should be allowed to live again, or they should be left to live in peace in death. And we cut over to Taylor, who is with Ashley. Taylor Swift and Ashley are in a room. Ashley is pounding you on the chest angrily, saying, hey, open the door! My boyfriend's in there with that thing!
I'm just gonna say, listen here, you. I'm gonna grab her wrist so that she stops pounding my chest. Listen here, you. Your boyfriend is already dead.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. He got bit by one of those things, and that means he's a goner.
How do you
just
know that?
Doesn't know it yet. Because why do you think I'm in this small town? I drew the short straw of the bunch of rich celebrities who have a Illuminati cult predicting the end of the world, and I was the one who had to come out here to make sure that this zombie thing was exactly what we thought it was. And spoiler alert, it is exactly what we thought it was. Just trust me. He got bit. There's no coming back from that. But there's still a chance for you if we escape now.
The
The
Dragonborn.
correct answer was, I understand narrative structure.
the Dragonborn looks at you and goes, "Oh my god! Next thing, you're gonna tell me that lizard people are real.
Maybe they are Scientology. Who knows?
People who can
I
change
was
into
Tom Cruise
lizards."
last week. Let's roll a deception check. Can
Yeah.
I roll a deception check?
Yeah, go for it.
You can't talk shit about Scientology. They're gonna sue us.
That's fine. I did not talk shit about Scientology. I just mentioned it in line with a bunch of other things.
She rolled a 3 on insight, so
Hilarious.
beat that.
I rolled a 9.
She goes, "That makes so much sense. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do now?"
We get out of here, preferably before your boyfriend stops screaming and the zombie looks for a new meal.
You hear a loud sound of glass shattering on the other side of that door, and we cut over to David.
Okay, so his body is fried on the ground.
And got dragged into the
Mercy-
washroom
It's
and
in the
locked.
washroom.
Mercy able to get. Okay, I was gonna cover him in slime, but I guess that's good too. I don't know. I have it all this slime. What am I gonna do with it? Other than that,
He was already
is the
jerking
dad
violently.
still there? Is Mercy's dad still there? Or is he in the
Mercy's
locked
dad
room
and
bathroom, too?
Mercy are currently around Persephone, which is Mercy's mom, and they are both just trying to help her out. Mercy's dad locked the door
Okay,
and
I
went
hold
over
up-
towards his wife.
I hold up my bit arm. I'm like, can I get some help too, please?
Give
Or
us
tell me
1
what
second.
crystal I need to.
She's
Oh yeah,
unconscious.
no, take your time.
Wait, I've got an idea. Mercy, maybe if you go grab that garlic and we rub it on my taint, my psychic powers that I'll get as a psychic goblin will help.
Sorry, what?
Hey, you heard him.
No, you did hear him correctly. I was doing a bit, Dad. That's not a real thing.
Oh, whoa, fuck, that's not a good bit. What if it was an emergency situation and I just dropped trow and started rubbing it all over my taint? Oh no.
That would
This
be
is also an
objectively that would be
emergency.
hilarious. I don't know what to tell you.
This is also an emergency situation.
He looks at your arm and he goes, "Oh, that looks so bad and infected. Maybe we gotta suck the infection out of the wound. Come here, let me try and
No,
suck your arm.
no,
Will
no,
that
Dad,
work?
that's a myth. Don't do that.
I'm gonna suck
That's
your arm.
not a
Come
myth.
here."
I mean, that really works with snakes.
You don't know what kind of ghosts he's been with. Just don't.
Your dad sounds awesome.
Come here, let me suck your arm.
We should hang out. I'll try it. Better than whatever the doctors offered. I give him my arm.
He starts sucking on your arm. He
That's
rolls
what
a-
I said, David.
He got a 2 on a
David,
Constitution
I told
save.
you.
Me?
Oh, is my dad a zombie now?
Your dad just sucks on your arm a whole bunch, and he goes, "Ugh, I'm not feeling so good," and then he throws up black puke all over the floor. He's like, "Oh, that's not good."
But is my arm fine after that, or
No, you're still poisoned.
All you did was spread the disease.
is there a magical okay? Do you have like a
Is there
frickin',
magical healthcare here?
Yeah. Do you have like a phone number for a magic person who can come here?
Who's in our network?
You could go to the church and pray real hard.
Well, we won't be doing that.
No, that's the opposite of what I need.
Yeah, clerics are very, very rare in our society, and high level ones even more at that. So I think we're all just kind of fucked. Mercy, it's technically
Is
your
that
turn.
what I should be
Okay, Dad, you can
accepting
try
on
the garlic
episode
thing now
3
if you
of the
like.
show?
Maybe it'll work.
He goes, "I'll be in the kitchen. Keep that pressure on your mom's neck."
You know what? I take some of the slime from my bag of holding and I rub it on my arm. I don't know what kind of slime this is. Maybe it'll work some magic on me.
Roll me a medicine check.
Okay. Do I even have that? I do, and it's a +2. That's good. 8?
It before it was feeling kind of like hot. Now it feels just kind of cold. It feels nice. It's calming you.
Oh, okay. Well, it feels better. I know it's probably not better, but Does anyone else want some slime?
We cut over to
I'll take a little bit of that. If it's soothing, I'll have some.
you both get
Yeah, sure,
slimed
here you
up
go.
a little bit. Persephone's sitting
Ugh.
there very injured.
Ugh, why it's so viscous? Why is it so viscous?
It's slime. What do you want?
And we cut over to Mose.
Would I remember like who Albert is? Like what relative of Emma's that would be?
Roll me a history check. For Albert, you're going to have to get pretty high, because that one's not as... You probably wouldn't have met him.
So not immediate family. Nope. That's an 8.
With an 8, you don't remember who Albert is, but Albert did just mention he was arguing with his brother. You do know that Emma's dad's name was Franklin.
Fuck right off.
What? What's wrong?
What's wrong? I'll let him continue.
His middle name is Norman.
Of course it fucking is. I literally have that written down. Frank and Steen. Fuck right off.
His brother's name is Albert Isaac Nigel Steen, or Albert Ian Steen.
That's so much. You put the most into these names. I swear to God, every time.
You're
All
welcome.
right. I'm too busy giggling about that instead of thinking about what questions 4 and 5 are going to be.
Dead to die in peace or be allowed to walk again. God. What is your relationship to Emma Steen?
I am her uncle.
Sorry, that was a pretty bad question, wasn't it?
Grim's like,
Just told us that.
yeah, I think
Sorry.
I think you might need to go with a better question for the last question.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
We're gonna cut over quickly to
Darn, okay.
Taylor. Taylor, you just heard the loud crash through the door in the other room and a bunch of glass breaking.
I grab Ashley by both shoulders and I say, "Grieve later, run now. Grieve later, run now." And I grab her by the hand and I grab my tote bag full of stuff. And by stuff, I mean my disguise kit, and put it over my shoulder, and I just drag her out of the room and towards the elevators, which you said were out. And so I guess I'm actually dragging her towards the emergency stairwell or whatever.
You go into the emergency stairwell, and at that point, you hear the fire alarm in the building start to go off. And you hear a bunch of the other hotel residents are also going onto the stairs, and everyone begins to go and exit outside. When you clear outside, you see the hotel clerk do a double take at you and go, "My word, I did not even see Taylor Swift enter my establishment. Oh, wow. I'm sure she is much more friendly than that Taylor Fritz fellow." And you see on the ground is an exploded body. It is
Dear
so
God.
disfigured and pulpy that it's hard to tell who or what it belongs to.
Dear God. Once I have Ashley out of the building, I'm getting in a taxi and asking it to take us both back to Taylor Morgan's house for some reason. Taylor Morgan's old house where he grew up, where they grew up.
She doesn't question that. She's a little bit freaked out. She just gets in the cab with Taylor Swift. As you start driving, your phone rings, and you see that
My
it is...
phone?
Yep, your phone rings, and you see it is a message from... sorry, not a message. It is a phone call from your dad.
Oh, okay. I answer.
Oh, he been bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
I answer.
you hear your dad's voice, and he says, hey, bud. I heard that Taylor Fritz was in town, and, well, I happened to be watching him playing his match on TV at the same time, so I kind of knew it was you. I figured you'd come home soon. But I don't think it's a good idea if you come home right now, kiddo. Listen, and you hear the sound of handcuffs clicking, and he says, I don't feel like myself. I think it's better if maybe you just send some CPP officers over here.
Were you bit by a zombie? Is all I say.
I love you, son. And he hangs up.
I throw money at the cab driver to make him break all the traffic laws to go faster.
The cab driver goes, okay, and just phew, goes super fast.
And then
problem,
since I apparently have a cell phone, I didn't know that until right this second. While the cab driver's breaking all the traffic laws, I'm calling CPP 911, whatever the emergency number is.
Yeah.
Here.
It rings. 911. What's your emergency?
I think my dad is going to try to kill himself. Please go to this address right now.
The CPP are on the way. Please don't do anything reckless, like driving
Send
crazy
an
to get
ambulance,
there
too.
before us.
Send CPP and an ambulance, please.
Yes, sir. They're on the way. Please stay on the line. And we cut over
ma'am.
to. We're actually going to cut back over to Grim and Mose. Mose, you have one more question left that you can ask.
Oh, this is tough. What do you think, Grim?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask something about where to find Franklin, or like what happened with Emma, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
What do you think?
I'm gonna hope that they're one and the same. But for asking questions of this, it's probably best if we get as direct an answer as possible. So, where would we find your brother?
You would find him in one of two places: his home or his lab. And the sheet stops moving, and this body slumps back dead. Grim takes the dagger out of its body and wipes it gently with a cloth. And he says, well, I need to make a quick call. Just give me a second, okay? He pulls out the phone and he says, hey, it's Grim Moores calling. I need to speak with Lieutenant Poop, please. Yes. Hi, sir. Hi, Lieutenant Poop. Yes. I have something to report on this zombie case. Yes, I know that I'm the only member in your employ right now, helping you out with this. Yes, sir. I found out some information. It seems that it has something to do with Franklin Steen, Franklin N. Steen, and his daughter Emma. It seems like maybe he was doing some sort of experiments or something. You want me to go over to his place? So I am a mortician. You'll take away my meal plan, my hearse. Okay. Yep. I guess I'll head over. Okay. Yep. Okay. Bye, sir. And he hangs up the phone. And he walks back over and he's like, yeah. So I have to go over to Franklin's place. Do you want to help me out, buddy?
I was just about to ask if you wanted me to come with.
Please.
Yeah, we're in it. We're in it now, Grim.
You were always such a good friend, Mose. Thanks so much.
Oh, brother. Okay.
And he pulls out Emma's file and finds her emergency contact information. And he finds where her address is. He's like, the last time I went there was empty, but maybe we'll find something if we go. We will cut back to Taylor. Taylor, the taxi has screeched to a halt directly in front of your dad's house.
I tell Ashley to wait in the car, and I tell the driver to keep the car running.
The driver keeps the car running, and Ashley's like, ew, why are we here?
Just trust me, okay? And I go and I run into the house.
The main floor is empty, but you see that the basement door is ajar and there's a flickering light coming from the basement.
I go down to the basement.
You hear a sliding, scratching sound coming from the basement. When you go down, you see a bunch of your old stuff packed away into boxes, memories of your childhood. You see photo frames lining the wall of, well, it looks like child stars, but you know it's you and your dad hanging out.
That's
And
right.
in all of
I would
them,
never let them photograph me in anything in anything but someone else's form.
exactly. You see,
There's weirdly so many pictures of Taylor Hanson.
Quite a few of Jonathan Taylor Thomas as well. I mean, let's be honest. He was all the rage back in the day.
You see your third birthday
His
party.
name is Jonathan, sir.
Your
Middle name is Taylor. Counts.
And you see one picture with your mom in it. And it's you, your mom, and your dad. And it's your dad before he started drinking. And he doesn't look tired in it. You get to the bottom of the stairs and you see your dad chained to a pole. He's handcuffed himself there. And he turns to look at you and just starts trying to lunge at you. He's gone full zombie. Welcome to our comedy podcast.
What happened to Taylor Fritz?
Let's
Can we get
just
Taylor
dig up
Fritz
some
back?
some
He
family
was great.
trauma with
was
each
a fun
player.
time.
Thanks a lot.
I'm so sorry. What do you do?
I've got nothing. I just stand there silently and stare in shock at him lunging at me. That's as long as that handcuff is holding. I'm
It
just,
is.
Then I just stand there I'm in shock. My character is in shock, so just
We
stand there.
cut over to Mercy, Earl, and David. What have you guys been up to in this time?
Okay.
I'm covered in slime.
You guys
Covered in
are
slime.
covered in slime.
So I
Everything
yell at
is
my dad.
cool, and I'm practicing breathing techniques.
I yell at my dad, like, just keep pressure here on mom's wound. Make sure she doesn't get up. She might get up and try and bite you. You've already been poisoned because you stupidly drank David's blood. That was a bad idea. I told you that was a bad idea. I would like
We
to
all
make
really
a
thought it
conference
would work.
call to like everybody.
Earl stops you just before you make the phone call, and he just puts a hand on your hand and he says, "Listen, Mercy. I don't know what the outcome of this is gonna be. I'm hoping that in that bathroom your brother's okay. I don't blame David for what he had to do. I'm gonna keep a watch here on Persephone. If there's anybody who can figure this out, it's you, kid. You might come across a little bit fucking weird sometimes, but you have a can't give up attitude unlike anybody I've ever seen. And, well, I love you, kiddo."
Oh, Dad, it's don't. I got it from you, but don't tell anybody I said that. David, I will kill you if you tell anybody I said that. But
I'm on a mountain.
I
right
love you,
now.
Dad, and I love Mom, and I just I gotta make some phone calls and maybe I don't know, chain yourself to a radiator. I don't know what you're into, but just
How
now I'm
about-
talking like you.
How about you put Me and your mother in that bathroom with your brother, and you put the chair in front of the door.
I think we should put you in separate rooms and lock them and put chairs in front of all those doors. So you don't end up eating each other. It seems like that might be a thing.
I think that would be a good idea. At that point, you see your mom's eyes starting to flutter. He quickly drags her body as she starts to zombify, and he puts her into the hall. Yeah.
Real quick, Dad. When was he bit? My brother.
Oh, he was. It was. I believe it was either yesterday night or early this morning. I'm not sure. He went and locked himself in his room, and he hasn't come out of there. So, you know how your brother was. He was always in that room. Who knows what he was doing up there?
Oh, we all know what he was doing up there, but that's not important right now.
I mean, yeah, he takes after me, but with the other 12 hours of the day.
He was rubbing garlic on his taint.
He was rubbing garlic on his taint.
Taint that the truth.
His psychic powers.
You and your brother don't even need to run garlic to do cool magic shit on your taints. That is. Anyway, I'm gonna put your mom in this closet. He shoves her in the closet, and he says, do you want to lock me in the master bedroom? I'm gonna play some PlayStation until I turn into a zombie too."
That's all right. So I lock the door after him, and hopefully put a chair against the outward opening door.
Yep.
And I go downstairs to David. And okay, we need to get everybody on the phone. Anybody that has been bit, anybody that was at the train station, we need to we got to get organized.
As you pull out your phone to do that, everybody, Mose, Taylor, everybody's phone dings, and you get an Amber Alert.
Oh no!
And the Amber Alert shows a picture of a disgruntled old man with gray hair that looks like he's been electrocuted a little bit. He's got deep circles under his eyes. Mose, you would recognize this as the man that you saw at the train station. And it says, looking for Franklin Enstein, $800 gold offered reward to whoever can bring him into the CPP.
I mean, 800 gold will solve a lot of my problems. Not the zombie problems, but a lot of the other problems that I had before the zombie thing.
Do you go to do a group call?
Yeah.
Everybody's phone rings. It's from Mercy.
I'm not sure.
Oh my
that
God,
we have
Mercy!
Time.
How are you calling me? But I'm right here.
We're on speakerphone, jackass. You can just ignore that one. So it turns out me and David are about to turn into zombies in about 24 hours. I don't know how you guys are doing, but over here we're not great. I'm covered in some kind of goo that David had in his bag for God knows how long. I'm not a fan of it. It does make it feel better, which is nice.
Yeah, if it's David goo, I don't think you got anything to worry about.
What does that mean?
You've always been a goo guy.
Wait a sec, is that the whole gang on the phone?
Oh, yeah. Guys, I forgot to mention, I got Grim with me.
Oh, hey, Mercy.
The
Wow,
guy
you
from
look
Borg?
different.
Put it
You
on
grew up.
speakerphone here, too.
Hi, Graham.
Hey, I saw you were doing
How's
the
it?
weather.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't go well. I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Turns out not having magical abilities to predict the weather and you know nothing about meteorology, not the best way to do the weather.
That's fair. I feel like if I
Yeah.
left Valborough and tried to be a mortician and I just started stabbing people in the heart with my magic knife, it might not go so well.
Yeah, they'd frown upon that. Speaking of magic knife, we got... did you guys all get the same alert?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
like just now.
Yeah, great. So his brother is dead in the morgue. We asked it. Grim has this magic knife that lets us talk to the dead for a little bit. That's just
awesome.
that's just the preamble
That's a
to what
normal
went on
thing.
here.
Go on.
I'll
Yeah,
show
it-
you sometime.
We had a crazy night. We chatted with this dead guy for a bit. It was wild. So anyway, basic deal is I think that this dude is the one doing all the zombie stuff. Grim and I are on the way to his house right now to check it out. You guys should all meet us there as well, and I'll send them all the address of the house.
Perfect. You all pull up in front of his house, and you realize that Emma and her dad live directly beside the cemetery. You all arrive at the same time there, and as you're standing there and you turn and look at the cemetery, you see... Yeah?
I've been waiting to say that I was not going to pick up that group call.
Oh.
I've been waiting for a chance to chime in and say, I exit my house and look down and see 3 missed calls and an Amber Alert. Is what I wanted to do.
Taylor
But
is...
if you need me to be
No,
at the
it's
same
fine.
place as everyone else,
It's
then I
fine.
will.
Taylor, you're not there. Taylor is...
We left
currently-
messages.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like 50 messages saying, "Come to the graveyard." We're right now. But
Taylor, you get the message. We'll determine when you end up showing up a next session. But as you guys are standing there, you see down the road a little bit, the old man look back at you. He's standing on the road next to his car. And he gets shocked when he sees 4 separate people show up, clearly looking at his house. He jumps into his vehicle, and you hear the sound of what sounds like a spring. And from down the road, you see a body come flying out of his trunk as his car goes peeling away. The body
Shit, we never rested.
stands up. You see that this body is about 7 feet tall. It's got rippling muscles. It reaches down and grabs a nearby mailbox and rips it out of the ground, its lower jaw jutting out, and it just has this guttural scream as it begins to charge down the street at you, and it's just swinging this mailbox and smashing them down. And that's where we'll end the session for today.
That's a lot of property damage.